Chicago residents just told Obama to stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Ever since Obama left the White House, he's been parading around like he's still president, where he's been continually caught breaking federal law to meet with foreign diplomats to undermine Trump. As we previously pointed out, working with foreign governments to overthrow the President of the United States as Obama is actively doing is a serious federal crime as spelled out in 18 U.S. Code 2385 that could land him 20 years in behind bars, but Obama doesn't seem to care. Over the past week, Obama has been caught in Chicago breaking federal law again. With his presidential library underway to be built in Chicago, preservationist groups are now warning that what Obama's building demands will violate federal law, as his library will literally bulldoze and destroy sites placed on the National Register of Historic Places in order to make room for Obama's giant ego. With the majority of Americans fed up with Obama's massive ego, what the former president never expected was for his own hometown to turn on him. Breaking news confirms that Chicago residents are telling Obama to basically stick it where the sun doesn't shine and move his presidential library somewhere else. 100% of reports. More than 100 members of the University of Chicago faculty are asking the Obama Foundation to move the proposed library honoring the 44th president to a new location because the plan is currently constituted as socially regressive. The Obama Presidential Center will not provide the promised development or economic benefits to surrounding neighborhoods. The professors write it could cost more than $100 million in state funds. We are concerned that these are not the best ways to use public funds to invest in the future of Chicago, the letter reads. The library will also take over large sections of two historic public parks, Jackson Park and Midway Place, and force the closure of a major South Side thoroughfare, Cornell Avenue. The professors argue it's a traffic jam in the making. Locals are not only concerned about the massive amount of taxpayer money the library will rip away from the state, but also the fact that Obama's library will destroy other historic sites in the city. According to Breitbart, the Obama Center is currently planned to spread out over sections of 3 sites with history stretching back to 1869, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. The portion of Jackson Park that Obama intends to disrupt with his massive new project includes the area where the World's Columbian Exposition was staged in Jackson Park in the Midway in 1893. Created by famed architect Daniel Burnham, the man who planned New York's Central Park, the Midway was placed on the Historic Site Registry in 1972. Obama's center is also expected to disrupt a portion of Frederick Law Olmsted's Washington Park, a site that was added to the registry in 2004. Finally, the Obama plan will also require the closure of Cornell Drive, a roadway that is an integral part of the park system. It's truly amazing that Obama continues to think he's above the law and will stop at nothing to have his way, even if it means breaking federal law and destroying historical monuments to put up his vast and expansive library. This news comes on the heels of another scandal involving his library several months ago. What's even more outrageous is how Obama is securing some of the funds for his library. After spending 8 years demonizing corporately owned politicians, Obama is breaking tradition, and in a move steeped in hypocrisy, is now lifting the donor restriction on his presidential library. Now, anyone who wants to donate to Obama and Democrats and participate in their pay-for-play scheme can contribute as much as they want, which has now resulted in million-dollar gifts from such corporations as Microsoft and Exelon. While we all hoped Obama would drive his golf cart into the sunset, never to be seen again following the election, that's unfortunately not the case. He's now doing everything in his power to not only sabotage Trump's presidency, but is violating federal law in order to feed his massively overinflated ego. It's pretty hilarious that even Obama's own hometown is sick of his BS and is doing everything in the power to prevent this unsightly structure from being built.